Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Bert Lepore. He's Damian Monte Carlo. We're hanging here with Angry Mike D, and we talk about music, movies, and so much more.
We're back. Another episode, Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes, episode 33. Today we're talking MTV videos from back in the day, and there's some newer ones, I guess. If you want to call them YouTube videos, I guess, because there is no MTV or whatever. But yeah, we're going to discuss. We all picked 5 videos, and we're all going to talk about them. Whether they're good, shitty, weird, whatever. And we got a guest today, and it's Dan Parcells from Dan Parcells fame.
Danny!
What's up,
hello.
Dan? Thanks for having me, guys. Good to see you again.
Very cool.
You got a brand new single out?
That's right. It's on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube. It's called Take My Breath Away, and really excited for everyone to hear it.
Very cool, man. Very cool. The picture's awesome, dude. The picture for the single.
Thank you. Yeah, we got some great shots, and then I started to work on them with an app, which I've never really done before. So I enhanced the photos with different effects and things to make it.
Who took those photos?
Dan Williams, of course.
Dan Williams.
Everybody's
Yes,
connected somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, now they look great, man. I mean, that picture is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
it's your first solo thing, right?
Yeah, that's right. I've always, been in bands, of course, and then with the pandemic and the kidney surgery at the same time, the kidney transplant surgery, I just decided that I'll just get everything I can to record at home, because I know that seems to be what everybody's doing these days. And I had my cousin who mixed and mastered, John Brennan, come over and kind of help me walk me through starting to record. And then I just did it on my own. I did all the guitars, vocals, bass, and Damien here helped me do the drums. I have 3 songs total right now. First one is out. And then the rest will be coming maybe July, and then maybe around Halloween, I'm thinking.
Very cool.
Yeah, stuff's really good.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Cool.
you.
It's got like a kind of reminds me of like a something Motley Crue would have done, like around Shout at the Devil, like Shout at the Devil outtakes or something. They keep
the good years.
Yeah, like it kind of reminds me of that a little bit, with like, I don't know, is it like some like Metallica Black Album kind of riffs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you got it. You heard all 3 so far, so Damien's ahead of the game.
Yeah, I got the exclusive.
The ambassador is back.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but even though you can watch this stuff on YouTube, which is awesome, but man, music videos, they made me like a song so much more. It really does. The visual just makes me like it more,
Yeah,
or less.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, you would just watch it all day long, man. It was just like I don't know what you could even like equate it to today. I guess like how kids are on like Snapchat and shit like that. I guess that was like MTV for us. It's like all day, even like music that you didn't like. I mean, you still like were familiar. I mean, at least I was. I mean, you guys too, probably, like, like the pop stuff and everything. Like I could recall like pretty much every video from every major.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fucking fun, man. It really was. But
yeah, I mean, it was like everything there. It was like all different styles of music, and like you even found yourself like humming like Madonna tunes sometimes.
Yeah,
it was like it just opened your horizon a bit, and then all of a sudden it just stopped, and everybody can just pick what they want to listen to, and it kind of closes off everything in a certain sense.
Yeah, and then we became the VH1 generation after the MTV generation.
Yeah,
and then that went weird.
Who also doesn't play music anymore?
Not no more.
Yeah, dude, it's so weird. Like it seemed like it all stopped like in the mid '90s, which there was like no YouTube back then. Now it was kind of like there was no avenue for videos at that time when they just decided to do like all reality shows.
Yeah,
but Yeah, it's just so it's like MTV was only really around for like 15 years, maybe.
That's crazy.
As far as like music is concerned.
Yeah, it came and left pretty quick, but it definitely ruined music.
I don't know why they just couldn't have like another channel that was like a reality based channel, or just have like once 8 o'clock every night's a different fucking reality show, whatever, but still have the music as your main thing.
VH1 did start doing stuff like that, because I remember on cable, it was like early 2000s. They had VH1 X, I think it was, and that was all metal.
Yes, it was all metal.
Bands like Earth Crisis, I watched them on there.
Yep.
I can't really remember who else. Maybe Disturbed or something.
Disturbed was definitely.
And then there was like maybe a hip hop, VH1 hip hop, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it didn't last
there was
long.
A few.
Nah.
Yeah. Well, Dan, like I was telling these guys before, I probably mentioned on the show before, I went to sleep with MTVX on, woke up with MTV Jams. It's just like, give me a break.
I used to love VH1 Classics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember I would get home like super late, like every weekend, like maybe like coming back from a gig or to go see like a friend's band or something. It was like the best like friggin' night.
Oh,
you go out.
Yeah.
You go out, you go see your buddy's band or something, you hang out at a bar or whatever. You get home 2 o'clock. Yeah. I go to Wawa, get a Wawa hoagie, have a beer, go downstairs, watch TV, put VH1 Classics on. It was like Metal Mania until like 4 a.m. I'd fall asleep and I wake up like a couple hours later, and then like to like some Berlin video or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was great.
Yeah, that was cool. Metal Mania.
Metal Mania.
I also do you remember? Anybody else remember the video jukebox on HBO?
I do. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
Probably around like 82, 83.
Night Flight, was that another? I think that was another one.
Night Flight was on
cable. Someone cable, right?
I think it was like on USA. Was it? I think it was on USA. Yeah,
I thought it was on like the same channels, maybe like Saturday Night Live. I could be wrong.
No, you know what? I think you're right. I think it was like
because I think
Friday
it came
nights.
on after Saturday Night Live, and then it was like Elvira.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I missed the video thing, but so we're gonna do a bunch of videos here. Some are good, some are funny, some are crazy. So I'm going to open up with the weirdest one that's going to be on our list because none of us listen to this stuff. So the first one I want to mention is Little Nas X. And the only reason why I'm mentioning that is I was interested because, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, they were showing his sneaker, and his sneaker line had all this like satanic stuff on it. It kind of looked very metal to me. And I was like, oh shit, I want to see what these are, So I don't know nothing about this guy. So I go on the thing and I check out the thing. I'm like, oh, well, then they're talking about this crazy video he's got. Now, I didn't know that he was gay, to be honest with you. So I didn't know. So I'm watching this video. I'm like, wow, this is getting a little weird. What the fuck is going on? I was like, and I called my cousin. I'm like, hey, is he? He's like, yeah, you nut. You didn't know? I'm like, I had no fucking clue. I seen him come down swinging on this pole, and I'm like, all right, it's getting a little weird now. What's going on? Weird for me. Wherever the fuck you're in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't judge. But so let's talk Little Nas X Montero, whatever the fuck you say it. Visually, it's pretty wild. It's done really well visually.
Yeah.
I mean, technology is crazy. I mean, it looks, as far as visually, it looks great.
It looks great. Yeah, it almost has like, is it like an Adam and Eve kind of vibe? I mean, I was watching with
yeah. It's got that feel to it. And then I guess he kind of takes over the devil at the end, pretty much like saying, I am what I am. I guess it's his coming out song or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. But the video's done well. A little out there for me, but it's done well. What do you think, Damo?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching it. I had to hit mute because I just can't take it.
Guess what?
We heard worse.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, visually, yeah. I mean, it looked pretty cool, like very well done video, and it's just very androgynous video, like an Adam and Eve kind of thing, and then
Adam and Adam
kind of thing. Yeah. So I mean, it's a cool looking video, and I noticed that they had like 200 million views on it on YouTube.
Big,
or something.
Man,
it's like incredible.
Well, you got to remember, a lot of it's a shock value. Look at this. Well,
it worked for me.
It works. It definitely works.
It got me interested. So I was interested to watch it. But hey, Dan, did you get a chance to look at it?
Yeah, I've heard about it as well, and from what I've heard, well, I knew he was gay even before the other song, the Billy, what's his name?
Oh, the Billy Cyrus thing he did, yeah.
Yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus.
The cowboy one, yeah.
Yeah, so and then this video is him saying to like Christians and religious people that, you're saying I'm going to hell, so I'm going to embrace it, and here I am having gay sex with the devil. What way to get people talking about you?
That's pretty good. Yeah. I'll give him that.
It's a nice twist,
Yeah.
He seduces the devil and takes the crown, pretty much.
Yeah.
What a lap dance that was.
Right.
Mike D, what's your thoughts on it?
It was visually, man. This thing, it was pretty awesome. I think I watched it a couple times. It was just pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But you get to the end and it's like oh wow. But you know what, man? And I'm going to say, like, compared to a lot of the stuff I've heard recently out of rap music and hip hop, I kind of like this. It's not that bad. It has a different feel to it. It's done well.
It's produced well. It's definitely produced well.
Yeah.
It doesn't annoy me as some of the other stuff I hear.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't bother me at all. It's just not my cup of tea. Music.
No, not my thing. It's I wouldn't really choose to listen to it again. But
yeah,
it wasn't bad for what it was for out of my genre. It's not bad.
Right.
Yeah, man. So good for him for doing what he's got to do, keeping his true self, and visually, pretty fucking cool video, crazy video.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. We have Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love. What you got there, Demo?
Yeah, I put this one on my list. I mean, it's like one of the first like videos that you think of. Like it's like it's like up there with Thriller to me. It's like such an iconic video, and so many people just kind of like did their own spoofs on it like through the years. And it was like, exactly like they're doing this kind of thing. With him with the models in the background. Real like. Like bored looking, straight stone faced, moving back and forth. And it's a pretty great tune too. I mean, I like his stuff. I've always liked his stuff. But yeah, it was a huge hit for him. He didn't look like your typical, rocker of the 80s,
No, I think he was an old guy.
Yeah. He looked like a Wall Street guy, like he was like Michael Douglas, Gordon Gekko or something, from Wall Street. But yeah, I mean, he was like the total like non-looking rock guy, But it's a shame he died. He died young, man. I would have loved to have seen him.
Yeah, he was definitely good. What do you got, Dan, on this one?
Really, Damien said everything I was thinking, that he doesn't look like the typical rock guy. The song, I mean, I've heard it a million times on the radio. It's a good tune. The video is one of those iconic videos. I think the two chicks on the left are really hot. On the left of the screen, they look really good. And I think this is the song that I guess Paul Stanley ripped off for.
Absolutely, I was going to mention absolutely.
I think
even
I
the
said
video.
That too.
Let's put the X in sex. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, even the girls, right?
I mean, Mike D actually said the other night, Mike D's like, that riff's kind of like X and Sex. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. And the video, the same thing with the girls, they all look alike, kind of. Good point, Dan. We were thinking that, Dan. Very cool.
Right.
But Mike D, what you got?
I mean, what more to say? I mean, this is just an iconic video, back from the 80s. So I've probably seen this a million times. I haven't seen it in years or heard it in years, but yeah, pretty good.
It's a pretty good song. It's funny. We all think the video is cool, but there's really nothing going on in the video.
Well, he had another one that was really kind of just the same also.
Yeah,
too, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
What was that? Was Addicted to Love, right?
That's what this one is, you nut.
Yeah, what was the
Simply
other one?
Irresistible. Simply Irresistible.
Simply Irresistible.
Yeah.
I did think it was odd it didn't cut away to anything else.
No, that's the weird thing.
Yeah.
We all remember it. It didn't do it. It just was. It was what it was. That's it.
Yeah. And you know what? They would even zoom in on the girl doing the guitar solo. It was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. She didn't be a show playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
I read that they had somebody try to show the girls like movements, like how to kind of even like fake it good. And after like an hour, the guy just got so frustrated, he just gave up and let them do like their thing, you know.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter, you know. It didn't really matter.
No,
No.
No, that's funny though. But yeah, it's funny that like they probably had X amount of dollars for the budget, and 90% of it spent on the girls, and the rest was all right. We got to backdrop, Get this fucker a suit and tie or a tie and a shirt.
That's all you needed.
That's it. It worked. We all remember it. It worked. Okay, moving on to the next one. Kiss, All Hell's Breaking Loose. What you got, Damo?
Actually, yeah. I mean, I found like some pretty cool facts on this. Is one of them, but I was really, really surprised was it was the only Kiss video ever nominated for an MTV Video Award.
Really?
Yeah, it was nominated for Best Cinematography, and it lost out to Police, Every Breath You Take.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that one came out, and then Motley Crue, Too Young to Fall in Love video, which are very similar.
Same video, pretty much.
Same video. But, the Kiss video came out first, and the reason why they're so similar is because it was the same director.
Yeah.
Doing that video. So I always thought Motley Crue was first, but the Kiss video, this one here wasn't
there a fight scene in both of them?
Yeah, it was the same freaking thing. I mean, yeah, they're doing like fake kung fu and stuff. It was really weird, but I was never really a fan of the song. It definitely grew on me, like over the past year or two. But yeah, it has like started out with like a rap. I guess it was like a little ahead of its time, I guess, but it was a pretty cool video.
What you got, Dan?
Yeah, what really stands out in the video for me is obviously the silly the fighting in the beginning and Gene eating the meat. I always thought that was but the weirdest thing is the little person with Paul, as Paul starts the first verse, and then the guy with the giant legs or something. What the hell's going on there? I never understood that. Maybe like it's a small person talking down, but why is there the Paul guy? I'm confused.
It was fucking weird. It was definitely weird. What do you got, Mike D?
Yeah, I'm just gonna, from this point, I don't know. Now I'll let you know when I'm done, but I'm done talking about Kiss for a bit. So you
Mike
could
doesn't
just
know.
he met his quota for the year.
Yeah, we thought Kiss gets mentioned every episode.
I'll let you know when I'm feeling Kiss
when you're ready
again.
to talk Kiss. We'll skip him on the Kiss. Okay, so yeah, for me, Dan pretty much said it with him eating the meat. It's hilarious. The thing that stands out most, I wonder if they shot this the same time they shot Lick It Up, because it looks like it looks
similar.
Yeah.
It looks like they definitely go hand in hand, but yeah, it looks pretty similar. But I actually like this video better than Lick It Up as far as video goes.
Yeah, I mean, they both had that post-apocalyptic theme, which we were talking about that the other day. It's sort of like that was like the thing in like 1983, 84, like Mad Max movies and Escape from New York and shit like that.
Yeah. The outfits were rough too.
Yeah.
I love the guitars and the bass and all that stuff. They look, all those 80s Kiss guitars.
Oh yeah.
Super cool.
Vinnie Vincent's wearing that Japanese shirt, which I thought was cool. I always thought that shirt was cool.
They had that shirt at the Kiss Golf in Vegas.
Oh really?
They had his actual shirt there. Yeah, from that video, which was pretty cool.
Vinny's probably saying, I should be getting paid for that shirt.
Yeah, right.
I should be getting paid for that shirt, even though the Kiss probably paid for the shirt.
Yeah, right. They probably bought it. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next one. Tool, Sober. What you got, Damo?
I'm going to tell you, I'm not a Tool fan at all. But when they first came out, when this video came out, it might have been like the first. It was like the first record. It might have been the first single, but man, I was definitely a Tool fan at that time. Like I thought it was really cool, man.
Yeah,
it was the whole stop animation kind of thing with the little character puppet looking thing that the guitar player Adam Jones he designed that. He made that thing.
Oh really? I didn't
but
know
it was just like really weird and eerie looking. It was really dark. I mean, but that's kind of like what intrigued me at the time. And then they put out another video, and that was like a stop animation thing. It was like, I don't even know what the hell these guys look like.
Yeah, that was their thing.
Because they're like
Yeah.
never in their videos. But the sober video is very well done, I thought.
Yep. How about you, Dan?
For me, I've heard this song a million times. You know, all my friends growing up were in the Tool. Everybody still, you know, talks about the new Tool record or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing this video, and it was really weird. I'm not quite sure what it means, but what really, I started to listen to the song closer than I ever did, and I was like, wait a minute, what are these lyrics? So I got distracted by looking up the lyrics, and I've always thought Tool for me is kind of like, it brings you down, like the music. Like I like music that more like
Upbeat. Yeah.
upbeat most of the time. I mean, Tool's a great band, but it's just not my thing. But I started reading the lyrics. I'm like, I really identified with them. It's like, you know, how he is maybe a drunk or something because they sing about drinking, and I will, I forget what the exact words are, but I will bring you down. You know, I will get into you because, you know,
Yeah.
I'm an addict and stuff. So I've you know, I've had my own struggles. So I've kind of felt like, damn, I mean, I felt that way myself. You know, I bring other people down. So, but that was in the past. I try to keep it together now. But that's really what I got out of that video today.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a real good video. What do you got, Mike D?
Yeah, I never looked into it that deeply, really, either. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think I became a bigger Tool fan when Lateralis came out. Lateralis.
Mhm.
But I remember that it just when this video came on, it was like you just couldn't turn away from it. It was just so creepy, eerie. There's like this sewage pipe with this big crack-like creature going through it. I mean, it's just freaking twisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then it wasn't until like you said, like Laterals, I got into Tool. Like even now, I can't really, I don't really listen to a lot of their earlier stuff. But
Yeah. Now, for me, the earlier stuff was the stuff I liked. You know, I like the song stuff. Now they're kind of, I mean, they're always kind of a little proggy, but now they're kind of just jammy, kind of proggy. His vocal lines are neat. You know, I always say they're definitely neat. This video, man, I think everybody kind of dug this video when it came out. It was so different.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's claymation, puppets, whatever it was. It was
well,
so
it's
weird.
like a stop motion animation.
It's definitely neat. And like Dame said, you see the band, but you don't see the band. It's very like blurry, you know. And I think Maynard still does that thing where he don't really like to be seen. I think one of my buddies went to go see him in concert, and he stood behind like the silhouette thing the whole time.
Yeah. I think that's kind of cool though. You know,
It's different.
You know, because like people like bands aren't like mysterious anymore. You see everything on like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yep.
You know everything. You know when they're taking a shit. You know when they're having dinner. Like I miss the kind of like the mystery behind like bands and stuff.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, and that's what I thought was kind of cool about them. You know, you didn't see them. You know,
Yeah,
sort of like sorry, Mike, kissing away.
No, you're right.
You know,
Well, I think who the hell's that one band? I can't remember. The Residents, and I think they're still like nobody really knows who they are.
I tried to listen to them. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, man, that's even
out
too
there
weird for me.
But that's the band with the eyeball. I remember the eyeball with the hat or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
You all know the logo if you see it.
Yeah,
but I don't know the band.
I think they have an idea of who they are, but they don't know for sure. And this band's been around for like maybe 40, 50 years.
All right, moving on to the next one. Thor, Anger. What do you got, Damo?
Speaking of weird, this is like, oh God, it was really extremely low budget video. And if you're a big fan of He-Man,
yeah,
it's right up your alley. He-Man, that kind of reminded me of like, remember that movie Beastmaster?
Yes,
early 80s?
yes.
Great movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
the dude Thor looked like friggin' He-Man, and he's like fighting people. He's got a sword and shit. It's just friggin' weird, man. But you know what? That's like what a lot of early '80s metal was about. You know, like
Oh yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons and shit like that. Is Really, very, very bad video. Very bad video.
What do you got, Dan, on Thor?
Well, I did think he was kind of coming off larger than life, so that was kind of cool. I do like rock stars that are larger than life. It is weird and funny as hell.
Yeah.
And there was like when the guy was doing the a close up on the lead guitar, they had like a funny face, and then the drummer they did a close up of him, and it's a funny. They made funny faces, you know. It was just awkward, and then he like saves the girl at one point. There's a little person at the end again, and there's another little person in a video. I'm being politically correct here too.
Yeah. Mike D, what do you got on the Thor video?
Yeah, I don't remember this until recently. I never saw it. But guess what, man? I like this song. if I was to come out like on stage to something ever, like this is the song I'd come out to.
It's your theme song.
Yeah.
Wrestling theme song.
But you look, you gotta. This guy's much better than his image is. Like when you listen to some of his stuff, isn't that bad?
It's really not. It's really not.
I was surprised.
There's a documentary.
Yeah,
and the documentary is great, dude.
Is it?
Yeah,
is it really?
I remember that.
Fucking great. It shows that he still does this get up, after all these years, like, almost like, see how, like, we struggle to get stuff out. Well, this guy kind of, I wouldn't say made it, but had a little something going on, almost like Anvil, and he's still living up. It's like somebody being in a movie and you're playing a part and you're just trying to live off of that one part for the rest of your life kind of deal. And I guess people still say him, but
doesn't he does that like stuff where he like bends the swords and stuff. Like I think that's
he does some weird shit, but watch the documentary. It's really, really, really good. And that's how I remember when we were younger. And then I watched the documentary because Meanie was telling me about it, and I was checking it. I checked it out, and I'm like, wow, this is great. So I went back to check out the videos, and I refound the anger, and I was like, man.
Could you imagine, man? Could you imagine like going to like see him and like Manowar together?
Oh my God, that would be like a dream tour, right?
Now at the Roxbury.
It was like, what is it? Men in tunics and stuff. What they called it?
How's the song
Medieval
go?
Dream Tour.
Dame, what's it?
There wouldn't be one woman at the show the whole tour,
Yeah. Damn, you hit it on the head though. This video comes straight out of the fucking He-Man's asshole. This is totally it.
Yeah. They should have cast him in the Masters of the Universe movie.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't want to give away nothing else with him. Watch the documentary. It's definitely worth seeing. This video was amusing, though. It was amusing. Okay. Moving on to the next one. The next one, I'm going to say it's a Dan pick, and it's fucking pure gold. Village People, Sex on the Phone. Damo, what you got?
Yeah, man, this is weird. I put it on work, and it was not safe for work. That's for sure. Came out in '85. Man. I had no idea that they were even around, but yeah, man, I was just wow. That's all I gotta say. Yeah.
Dan, what you got?
Well, my friend sent me this video. Rich DeLise, who co-wrote my song "Take My Breath Away," which is now available on all streaming platforms. I wanted to get that plug in.
There you go.
But sex over the phone is friggin' hilarious, and it's like all the Village People guys doing this. Back the fantasy hotline thing back in the day, 976 phone number.
Yeah.
It shows each guy, the cop, the Native American guy on the phone, who else? The construction worker or whatever. A lot of mustaches going on in this video. It seems like really homoerotic. And then at the end, they're talking to girls.
Really? Yeah.
I think they just don't care, man. They love everybody.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And they were really
anything goes
when they were doing this video. They were like,
they were dancing. The dance was great.
They were really feeling it.
I watched it more than once. I was loving it.
Yeah. I was skimming through it.
I texted Damien last night. I was like, Dame, wow. I don't know if this was a plus or a silly one for Dan. I had no clue, but wow. That's what I texted him.
Well, you wanted weird, great, weird, and
great.
Something else you said. Yeah.
Dude, pure fucking gold. That's all I know. This was my favorite one. Mike D, what you got of the Village People video?
I mean, definitely put a smile on my face. This was a wow. Like, I didn't even know this existed. I know like 3 songs by them.
Yeah.
And now you know 4.
Now you know 4.
Yeah. After I looked it up, it's funny because like they're still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I forget what's the lead. Victor Willis or something like that. Victor Willis, I want to say.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I even read that he was married to Claire Huxtable at one point.
Yeah, well, I think he was bisexual. I think
Okay.
he was the only one.
The only one.
I think so. Yeah.
I see the cowboy guy, like the original guy, he goes around to like Chiller Theater and signs and stuff.
Really? Wow.
Does he?
It's fucking great.
There may be even other guys. I'm not sure, but I've definitely seen that guy's face and all.
Dude, all I know is I watched the video and it led to no bullshit. It led to an hour down the fucking Village People rabbit hole. I was just looking for other shit. I was like, this is fucking great. There's got to be more. You know what I mean?
Was there anything else?
It was so good.
What was the one? He comes out. He's the captain. He looked like the captain on the Love Boat.
Oh, in the Navy. In the Navy.
Oh, you know what? I just looked it up. He's actually straight. He's been married twice. You're right. Felicia Rashad he's married to, and he's still married today to someone else. This woman Karen. That's all it says.
So him and the producer guy, whoever he got with the bring the band, was like, I got an idea. Let's get a bunch of gay guys. I'll be straight. We'll get these characters. I wonder if they kind of played off the Kiss thing with we got characters kind of deal.
Yeah.
It could be.
Well, they're signed in the same label. So
now, do you remember there was a movie too? I don't remember the movie, but I remember there was a movie. They put out like some movie around then too.
Yeah.
So I guess that was Casablanca going for whatever they were going.
Casablanca Filmworks.
But it worked. I mean, we still hear YMCA and in the Navy still to this day. At every party you go to, you hear it.
There, when you think of disco, it's like probably one of the top 5 things you think of is that band.
Probably every New Year's Eve, every New Year's Day, weddings.
Jeez. Yeah.
Wow. So, amusing. Got to give it props where it's due. Dan fucking Gold. I'll say it again, Dan. Gold. My favorite pick off the whole thing. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. Fatboy Slim, Weapon of Choice. What you got, Damo?
This was the first time I ever saw this video. I didn't know. I knew absolutely nothing about this at all. I mean, I've heard the name, but when I saw this video, I was like, damn, this is actually like a pretty cool video. And it was Christopher Walken's in it. It's basically it just shows him. It looks like it's filming like a hotel, and he's just pretty much dancing throughout the entire video.
Pretty much.
That's it. You don't see anything else except just him dancing, and I'm pretty impressed. He's actually a pretty good dancer.
Right.
But it was a pretty cool looking video.
Oh, what you got, Dan?
Yeah, skim through it. I've seen it before. It's definitely entertaining, funny for sure. I know there's a big Christopher Walken, I don't know. People are crazy about this guy. I think he's a great actor. I don't get the hype about why he's so funny or great or whatever, but I think
it's the whole Posnia thing, kind of. He's got that kind of serial killer stare look to him all the time.
Right, yeah.
So, and just to see this guy dancing around the video is kind of bizarre.
Yeah, you wouldn't think he would do something like that. Right.
Mike
it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like one of those videos. If it came on, I would just stop and watch it because, and I'm not even into the dancing thing, but it's just so bizarre watching Christopher Walken dancing around like this.
Yeah.
The song I'm not really into. It's that DJ stuff, not my thing. But yeah, it's just one of those videos that kind of mesmerize you in a way.
Well, 3 minutes and 45 seconds of I don't care. That's what I got for this video. Fuck this video. The song's worse than the video. Christopher Walken's got a deal where I think he dances at least once in one of his movies. I don't know. It's amusing for about a minute. Who cares? Journey, Separate Ways. What you got, Davo?
Yeah, I had to put this on there just because it was such an awful video. I like the song. I think it's a great tune, but man, what a terrible video. I mean, it has them in like they're like in a wharf, I guess, and they're just kind of like, walking around, and they're like doing air guitar. I mean, none of them have instruments, air keyboards, and it's just
it's a lot of air instruments going on.
Yeah, and they're not like the most photogenic band either. So it's just like, how they were that successful, man, in the MTV age is it's amazing. Like, it just shows you how great their songs were.
Great songwriting, great band, technically great band.
Terrible video though.
Yeah. Dan, what you got?
One of my earliest memories of this video was them on Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead ripping this video apart. And it is so weird. The guys look like a bunch of like electricians or something. I used to go. I used to go see when I went to work with my dad. They don't have the greatest look, and then like all these weird camera angles with the guys, the mustaches. I do like the girls' look, like her jacket and the haircut and the makeup.
Right.
I like typical '80s kind of funky fashion, and it's a great tune, definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Mike D, what you got?
I'm going to say 2 words. Steve Perry.
Yeah. Well,
that's it.
He's great. I mean, Steve Perry's voice is unbelievable. Still great.
Yeah. One of the best singers ever.
And there's some people that are like not that big on Journey, but you can't deny how good they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they went from a prog rock band to, a huge band. Once they got Steve Perry in that band, everything changed. It did. And, we're all around the same sort of age. So, like, if you remember every movie, man, from like 79, 80, 81, it always had like a Journey song on it, and they were huge. The songs were huge.
Mm-hmm.
They had video games.
The video game. Oh my God.
Right.
They had the video game where you could go in the arcade. Then they had the different video game for Atari. Remember the Kool-Aid guy?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was supposed to be the Kool-Aid. It looked like the Kool-Aid.
Like the Kool-Aid guy. We called him the Kool-Aid guy. But they were. I don't think people realize how fucking big they were. They were huge.
I mean, they still are. They don't even have the original singer. They're still enormous.
Yeah, they're great band. Definitely a great band. The video was bad. Like Dane said, there's air instrument playing all over it, but Steve Perry's really feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They pretty much spent what we spent on our budget on our video.
Yeah.
But back then it was probably a lot.
Back then it was probably like $1 million,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Crazy stuff. Next one, Damo, Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it. What you got?
It's another one, man. It's just an iconic video. It sort of has like the same theme as like a thriller, as far as like there's like a whole story before the actual music starts, and it's I guess it pretty much summed up every kid in the 80s, Not every kid had that, but it was basically, the kid fighting with his dad, and that whole thing. Then, then the kid turns into Dee Snider, and they're pretty much fighting the dad throughout the whole video. But it's I'm kind of sick of the song, but the video is always entertaining, and it's, for its time, it definitely changed the way videos were made and all that,
Absolutely. What do you got, Dan?
Man, I could go on about this video for a long time. I love Twisted Sister, Dee Snider. I love the lyrics to the song. The video is, so iconic. When I first started getting into bands like Twisted Sister, Motley Crue, stuff like that, there was a special that came on MTV. It said it came from the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Maybe like 95-ish or something. And so I watched this documentary, and then they had the collection of the videos afterwards, and that was one of the videos in that collection, and I was just blown away. It was awesome. I mean, I remember seeing it when I was really young, but just vaguely. And I remember one time I went to go see Peter, Chris, and Ace Frehley at a signing at the Meadowlands, and Dee Snider walked by me, and I didn't know who he was, but I was like, whoa, who the hell's that guy? And then he went to go sit next to Ace and Peter, the like sign and stuff. And I was like, man, he's lucky. He gets to be there with Ace and Peter.
He's a big dude, right? He looks pretty big.
Yeah. He is tall. He's very charismatic, because I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But it's an awesome video. All the colors, of each guy, the pink fence.
Yeah, everything stands out.
Oh,
It pops. It definitely pops. Mike D, what you got on this video?
Yeah, I mean, it's an iconic video. When it came on, it was like you watched it, but I don't know. I was never really into Twisted Sister too much. I don't think I've ever even owned a Twisted Sister tape or CD. I guess not really my thing. I don't hate them, but
right. I loved the video when I was a kid. It's still amusing now. It's definitely iconic. When I was a kid, I loved it. I mean, that was like my prime time. I was into it, man. Into all those bands at the time, and I did like Twisted. I mean, I liked. Now I rather hear, like I said before, I'd rather hear Destroyer than We're Not Going to Take It. But it's still that Stay Hungry record's fucking great.
What year did that come out? That
I'm gonna say 84. There you go.
84. I was like 9 years old.
Yeah,
I was
like 11.
Pac-Man Fever. I
was
think
3.
How old were you, Dan?
I wasn't born then, actually.
My God.
I was 3.
It's a shame because that song doesn't really define
what they are, really.
No. Not at all. I mean, if you think they're like a happy,
they're not
kind of like cartoony band, they were not like that at all.
No, listen to Under the
very
Blade
rebellious
and stuff like that.
Really rebellious type lyrics. I mean, everything else is like really heavy, especially for that time period.
Yeah. I mean, they looked crazy, but they did stand out. And at that time, you had to look like you had to have something about you. You couldn't unless you were Journey, you couldn't make it unless you had that skill. And even that skill doesn't guarantee you anything. There's a lot of bands I'm sure that were great that just didn't work out. MTV, that generation was very visual. Everything was visual. So like Dan said, the bright colors and all that stuff. Their videos were fun. So it stood out because they were fun. They were able to poke fun at themselves a little bit, which works. And you looked at them and you were like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? They weren't. Dee Snider's not a little dude. You know what I mean? The whole band was pretty big. The bass player was fucking big.
Yeah, they're like football players.
And the videos before that, you Can't Stop Rock and Roll. They look like a bunch of bikers pretty much. So it was crazy. They were definitely different than everybody. I think they were really different than everybody. As far as look goes, even sound wise, nobody.
Well, they were doing it from like 70s. The early mid 70s, so they were doing it before everybody.
Yeah, they were doing covers. They were a cover band for a long time.
Yeah, they're a bar band. The way they look now.
Okay, moving on to the next one. WWF artist, Land of 1,000 Dances. What you got, Damo?
This is on the WWF wrestling album, man. This is one of the first records or tapes that I ever bought with my own money, and I love this one so much.
It was good.
Like the whole tape, Eat Your Heart Out, Rick Springfield, but Jimmy Hart,
Pencil Neck Geek, I think, was on that one.
For Everybody from Roddy Piper, I used to like that one. Everybody!
This song was cool. I mean, I remember the video. The one thing I remember is the Iron Sheik's line. You gotta shake it like it's a Sheik or something like that. He says.
Fucking great.
And it's basically like the good guys on one side, the bad guys on the other side. Everybody gets a line, and then at the end there's like a huge battle royal. And you know what's funny? Like the band, Meatloaf is playing drums.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
no.
Rick Derringer was playing guitar, and I don't know who else is in it, but I saw Meatloaf. I said, "What the hell is he doing playing drums there?" And I don't know if he did, probably just on the video. But
Hogan was playing bass at one point because Hogan actually was a bass player.
Yeah,
he was a musician.
And it's funny, Randy Savage is in the video, and he must have just joined WWF at the time because he gets like SD Jones gets more airtime than
Special Delivery
Jones. Macho Man. Yeah, like you just see Macho Man in the background. He's barely in the video at all.
Crazy.
He's probably just like, I'm too cool for this.
Yeah. But you know what? That was at the height of like the whole rock and wrestling.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, that was there. WWF was getting MTV involved. Cyndi Lauper had Cat DeLeo Albano in her video, and then they brought her in for WrestleMania. So it was like that whole rock and wrestling thing, which was really smart. You know, they really capitalized on the MTV thing. You know,
crossover. Yeah, definitely crossover. What you got, Dan?
Yeah, referring to the rock and wrestling, it really brought WWF mainstream.
Yeah,
it helped it. I asked a friend of mine. I said, "What's the weirdest, funniest video you've ever, seen?" He told me this. So I got a couple facts. Meatloaf members, Meatloaf on the drums, obviously. Bonnie Tyler musicians are involved. Cyndi Lauper's wearing the wig. She's wearing the black wig.
Yeah, I thought that was her. I thought that was her. Yeah.
And it was filmed at the arena in Poughkeepsie, where
Mid Hudson. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the actual name is, but going back to Kiss, that's one of the few shows that Mark St. John played.
Very few. Very few.
And all the great wrestlers in it. I mean, they got everybody. Junkyard Dog. Greg the Hammer.
Yep.
Guys.
Beefcake.
Yeah, they were all in there.
SD Jones.
Special Delivery Jones. Mike D, what do you got?
I mean, this is just proof that the wrestling that's bad now, it was bad back then. So.
And you're a fan.
Right. You might not realize it, but right now wrestling's horrible. From WWF wrestling, WWE, wherever they go by now, it's horrible.
Here you go, putting a damper on the fucking show again.
Yeah, what are you going to do? But looking back, like, if I was to watch that at my age now, I'd be like, this is freaking horrible. But as a kid, you love it. It's great.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. It's all about the memories, man.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like I said, this is right in my wheelhouse from the time that I was just into everything. I've always been a music and wrestling fan since I was a little kid. And I still like the same stupid shit till this day. Kiss is still my favorite band, and I still watch wrestling, And guess what? I'm good with that. I don't give a fuck. I don't have to grow up. I'm good with that. So it's amusing. Everybody's in it. Now, the only thing it reminds me of, I don't know what was out first, but either this ripped off the Super Bowl Shuffle or the Super Bowl Shuffle ripped this off.
Ah, man.
It looked the same kind of idea, the way they shot it.
I don't even know if I remember the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Well,
you know the Super Bowl Shuffle. Come on.
Bears,
that was
85, wasn't it?
It was the Bears. Definitely the Bears.
Then the WWF had to have come first.
Okay, and then after that, do you remember? Everybody remember Glow? Remember Glow Wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did one.
They did one that was kind of like that. Yeah, too. Also.
Yeah.
Which I find amusing.
And then the Eagles tried to do a video too. Like,
what was the
Buddy's back?
It was the Buddy Ryan one. Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking good stuff. Okay, moving on to another Mike D strange friggin' pick. Management.
Or MGMT, I think they
MGMT.
Or I'm not even sure, to tell you the truth.
What the hell's the song called? I don't even have the song.
Flash Delirium.
Flash Delirium. Damn, what you got on this craziness?
I don't know, man. I didn't really.
You didn't see it? Oh,
I did. I didn't really see anything special about it. Really, it just seemed
weird.
Just like a decent video. I mean, the band wasn't that bad. I didn't think it was sort of like some psychedelic kind of like 60s sounding thing, classic rock or whatever. But yeah, it just didn't really stand out too much for me.
Dan, did you get a chance to see it?
Man, this was so weird, this video. Oh my God. And then a special appearance by Elvis Costello in it looked like. It was not him.
No, it wasn't him. Okay. I was going to say, I didn't even realize that.
No, it looked like him, but I wonder if I wrote some notes down here. Let's see. It was so weird.
It was weird.
That's all I wrote. Elvis Costello and so weird, but politicians dancing or something.
It was weird.
They pulled the thing out of the guy. Maybe Mike should elaborate.
I mean, yeah, this is one of my picks. I never even looked into the meaning of this. I don't even know if it has a true meaning because I've watched a lot of videos that these guys do. This might be the craziest one, but they're all pretty out there. And they all have their kind of like little stories to them. But this just seems like this guy's coming home from, I don't know, the war or outer space or something. He's going back home and he was breeding an alien inside him that they're trying to get out. That's what I can gather. I don't know. Then they pull it out his throat. They drop it in this machine that this anus is pulsating and stick it in there. And then it just kind of explodes.
Maybe I should have watched the entire thing.
Yeah. But I kind of dig this band. They kind of do their own thing. They kind of started as a pop band and they just kind of just went into their own thing and said, fuck, what everybody wants to do. We're just going to do our own type of thing. So they're definitely an interesting band with even more interesting videos.
Yeah, I don't know really anything about them. I know the video was strange and more memorable than the song. The song didn't do nothing for me. But as far as the video goes, it was fucking weird. It was weird enough to watch. But that's I could listen to that on or put mute and just watch the video and be like, what the fuck's going on? It was strange. But as far as song goes, man, the video didn't even help the song. But hey, we'll move on to the next one. Motley Crue, Looks to Kill. What you got, Damo?
Yeah, this is another one, another hard rock metal iconic video, I thought. And it's probably I don't know if this came before Thor, but maybe this is what they had in mind. maybe Motley Crue saw a Thor video and wanted to rip that off, did their own take, or maybe it was the other way around. But yeah, they just looked so cool, man, back then. And kind of like old school Kiss in a way, but they look so evil and everything. And they had, these warrior women, and I remember watching it with my friends, and I remember there was this one scene, you got the wind, and then there was some cow blows on the lady's head. For some reason, I thought that was hilarious when I was a kid. We would tape the videos, and then we kept on rewinding just to watch that, and we were just dying for some reason. It was just kind of stupid now, but it was a cool video, man. It was with the pentagrams and everything, and cheesy effects. I still love the video.
Yep. What do you got, Dan?
This video was so inspiring to me. It was just pumped me up so much when I saw it. I got Decade of Decadence VHS from Suncoast Video with a friend of mine. Went over to his house. We'd watch it over the sleepover. We were just so pumped up over Motley Crue. This video, I love Nicky's Mockingbird bass.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Vince looked so cool. Everybody looked so badass. It was so inspiring to me. And I still love the music. I still love that album. I still try to be like Motley Crue.
There you go. Yeah. What do you got, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, it's another one. I'm just tired of them. Out of all those bands, they live that rock and roll lifestyle. I'll give them that and everything. I'm just fucking tired of hearing Vince Neil screeching through every fucking song. I'm sick of it. I can't take his voice anymore. I can't do it, man.
Put it on mute.
I can't do Vince Neil anymore. It's just he just gets in my head, just puts me in a bad mood.
Well, after you hear the song a million times,
Yeah. For me, I had this one down. This is one of my favorite videos. I remember seeing Motley Crue in a Hit Parader magazine. Was the first time I seen them. I never heard them until Looks to Kill. And I was lucky enough at that age when MTV was hot that I remember coming or seeing it for the first time. And I was like, wow. I always been attracted to that dark side of stuff. So it had this kind of evil looking, like the eyes and stuff, you shouldn't be listening to this kind of stuff, and the pentagram came flying. I was like, oh, you're scared, but you're not scared, and that's the shit I like. When we were kids, we're like, no, you can't listen to Ozzy. And it sucks that we know now, but back then it was it was almost you're listening to it and you would put a record on and be like, it was scary, and that was.
Come on, let's play it backwards.
Yeah. It was fucking, it was like that. All of us 80 guys are, got that horror kind of thing going on. We all like that stuff, and this video was great, man. It looked great. It's a great song. It looked great, and yeah, man, I absolutely love it, man. I even think in the movie, that crew movie, the Dirt that they did a great job mimicking that video.
They did, yeah.
But that was the
girl in that video, the main girl, I believe, was in the movie Bachelor Party in '85 with Tom Hanks, Tawny Katane.
Yeah,
the one with the horse or the donkey.
I remember Bachelor Party. Yeah.
And then she may have been in another music video too, but I can't remember what.
Yeah.
But dude, what a great video. And to me, that was my favorite crew. You know, I had all the posters. Nikki Sixx had to eat me on his arm, and there was blood on the bass. And I had so many of the Motley Crue posters all over my room, man, when I was a kid. That was my favorite crew. You know, and look, I still like the Motley Crue's Motley Crue, but you know, the height for me for Motley Crue was Shout at the Devil. When they came out with Theater of Pain, dude, I was like first in line around my way to get that record. I couldn't wait for that record to come out. You know, and then
the girl in that video, her name is Wendy Barry.
In the Motley video,
yeah,
man.
And she was in the Rat Back for More video.
Okay,
dude, you know what I didn't know? I didn't know until she passed away that I didn't know Tawny Katane was the girl in the first the second Rat album, the Out of Cellar record.
Yeah, she was on the.
I didn't know that was her. I had no. Was she in the video too? She wasn't in the video though, right?
She was in the Back for More video, I think. Yeah, she was in that video. Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you, man. I don't know if you guys, these are horror guys, so you had to see it. Tawny Katane, man, in that movie Witchboard. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
She had that, and I'm not even a redhead guy, but she had that crazy fire engine red hair and smoking, right? We all agree, smoking.
Oh, yeah.
That was a cool movie, too.
Great movie with the guy with the patch on his eye.
Yeah.
Great movie, Witchboard. And there was another one that kind of came out right at the same time, and I used to get them confused. It was Witchboard and there was something else that was like right around the same time. I got to figure out what it is. I'll figure it out eventually. I'll get back to these guys on that.
Now you got me thinking.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. Poison, Nothing But a Good Time. What you got, Damo?
Yeah, I put this on there because it's probably my all-time favorite video, like ever. And it was really nothing to it. It's just kind of, I guess a plain video, but there's just like the whole story before, the guys washing dishes and everything.
We all
He hates his job. He knows his boss is on his ass. He's got this whole pile of dishes, and then he just like kind of fed up. He kicks the door open, and it's like this whole cool like stage, like this huge stage. Poison's out there, and they have these cool green lights. It's like the visuals, like black and green.
Yeah,
a lot of pyro and everything. And then at the end of the video, the guy gets all the dishes done, and the boss hanging up his ass, and then he quits pretty much. But it's just like the way the video, like the colors and everything, so vibrant. But to me, it's so timeless looking. It doesn't look dated to me. But I thought they all looked cool in the video. I just look, it's the whole green logo and everything, and the green lights.
It pops. It does pop.
It always looked cool, and it always really stood out to me.
Dan, how about you?
Yeah, the story thing in the beginning, the guy's working, listening to the radio. If you're sleeping on the job, here's a little poison to get you through the day. I got you're moving in 2 speeds, slow and stop. You either get your butt in gear or you're out of here.
Yeah, a little story in there.
Yeah, and like I was referring back to when I first got into these bands, it was part of that. It came from the '80s metal years video collection. So. This is one of those videos, and it was so inspiring to me. The band, CC's all his guitars that they did.
Yeah, the skull guitar he had.
Yeah, these guys had just awesome, cool, different clothes that were outrageous, and they just looked really cool and looked like it was awesome. They were having a good time,
Yeah.
Yep. What you got, Mike D?
Yeah, I mean, just the Poison. It really, they weren't my thing.
Listen, you got to think going back in that time as it was going on. That's
I think I liked them for like a brief second, and then lost interest that quick.
Was it when you found out they were dudes?
It might have been. I thought they were chicks. I picked up the album. No, but I don't know, man. To me, they just never did it. Like I had friends that like Poison, and like I was more into the Guns N' Roses at that point.
Right.
I was never really into the whole
both
glam stuff.
Yeah.
You can like both, but like I was never into the glam stuff. I was more into like the Guns N' Roses, like Metallica and Anthrax and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The glam stuff, like very few bands that I ever pick up. Like I picked up a Poison album. I think I might have Flesh and Blood. I think for like maybe one song, I think I bought it for. But it just, I don't know. I can't listen to that stuff. I just never did it for me.
It's a harder listen now than back then. Back then, I was all about it, man. I loved all that stuff. I mean, their first record, still, I think, a great record. You know, that whole record's really good. Second one's pretty good, and then then it's spotty after that. But
I thought Flesh and Blood was the best thing that they ever put out.
It was more musically. It was definitely that, and even that Native Tongue, which was totally different. Musically, it was pretty damn good. But it was almost too good.
Something to Believe In was just a great song.
It's a great song.
It is what it is, man. Like you can't pick up a Poison record and think, oh my God, they're so deep. You know, their songs are going to change the world. They're not, dude. It's just a fun.
It's a getaway.
Yeah, it's just they're stupid lyrics, just like every other band out there. Kiss, you name them. They're all they all write. When it comes down to it, they're stupid lyrics. They're just like dumb songs. Hey, if you can't like just just like think of it as just like you're watching like a Chuck Norris movie or something, it's the same, or Rambo or something. It's just the same thrill I get.
Glambo.
There you go. Yeah, it's like I understand what you're saying. It's like sometimes I want to listen to something that's deep. Like like somebody like Metallica, I want to listen to something that's heavy and deep. Somebody like Kiss, I want to hear something that's more upbeat, more kind of deal. But it depends on the artist for me, and there's room for both. You can't always be
for
down.
Different moods.
I love Alice in Chains, love them, but they're kind of a downer.
Absolutely.
Love them, fucking unbelievable. But they're more of a mellow kind of. You're not going to get the party started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I love pizza. Do I want to eat pizza 3 times a day, every day, for the entire year? Probably not.
Right.
Chinese food, same thing. Like I like variety. Every day, want to listen to something else. If I'm in from partying and I want to have a good time, I put nothing but a good time on.
There you go. You want the Kellogg's box. You want the Kellogg's mix.
if I'm on 95 and somebody cuts me off, I throw on Slayer, Angel of Death or something.
Yeah, there's room for it all. There's definitely room for it all, man. And guess what? Look, I like everything. I was a Bon Jovi guy back in the day, but I still liked Slayer. I still liked Metallica. I still like Poison. That whole, this guy's a poser because fuck you. I like what I like. I don't give a fuck. To me, being with yourself is not being a poser. If you like what you like and you don't get, like, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I don't give a fuck if anybody likes it or not. I could care less. It's what I like.
No, I mean, I like what I like, and but I didn't like them.
That's cool.
It's just not.
No, that's cool, man. But that's fair. That's fair. Listen, you stay true to yourself. That's all that matters.
I mean, I would even listen to In Excess back then. So it's like I listened to other stuff.
Right.
It wasn't like I just pigeonholed myself in like a couple things. No, I had other stuff in my collection. I listened to a lot of older stuff back then. I was into like Zeppelin, older band Beatles, so it wasn't like I pigeonholed myself, but it was just like a lot of that stuff, like where those guys put the lipstick on. I was like, all that music to me was just kind of like the same.
Well, everything gets cookie cutted. We say it all the time. Everything does. It starts out kind of cool, and then now everybody's doing it. And it's not so cool when everybody's doing it. Same thing with the grunge. Yeah. The grunge thing was a breath of fresh air, and guess what? After about a year and a half of it, all right, everybody's doing it.
Yeah, that lasted out through the whole 90s and then some.
It all gets boring. That's why you do your own thing, and whatever it is, whatever works for you. Like I tell Damon all the time, I don't look like Bon Jovi. I can't go out there and sing "You Give Love a Bad Name." It ain't gonna sell. It ain't gonna work. Can't put me in a Bon Jovi cover band. It just ain't gonna work. But stay true to yourself. That's what it's about. Okay, moving on to the next one. Peter Gabriel, Sledgehammer. What do you got, Damo?
Yeah, this is another iconic video. It's same thing like the Tool video, that stop motion animation thing was. It always reminded me of something like some like avant-garde artwork or something. It was just like a really weird video, and it kind of like I didn't know Peter Gabriel when I saw the video. I didn't know he had like this history with Genesis in the '70s, and that shit is
weird.
Is like really weird and out
Yeah.
there. So that video, after knowing that, it's like okay, I kind of get it. Like
It's out there.
but it's it reminds me of like that Michael Jackson video too.
Oh, the one
had,
where he's kind of traveling around with all crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Leave
that
Me
one.
Alone or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Leave Me Alone or Leave.
I
or
think that
something.
might be it.
Yeah,
Just
it
Leave
was
Me
sort of
Alone.
like almost like the same video, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely like really cool.
How about you, Dan?
This is the one I didn't get a chance to watch, but I, of course, remember the song, and I still remember the video just from the past. And I mean, the song really does, stand the test of time because I could sing. I haven't heard it in forever, but
Still
I
know
could
it.
sing it to you right now. The chorus.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do remember it being kind of like that Michael Jackson video.
Yeah. It was a lot of shit going on. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, I remember this from like back in the day. I think I remember this even before MTV. Like this is one of those videos they played on HBO. And I think this won like on a lot of awards that year for Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of cool. It's twisted. It's nonsense. It's and I was never a huge Peter Gabriel fan. He has a couple of songs I like. This is one of the more memorable ones.
Yeah. I think it's
1986 came out.
Yeah, I'm not a big Peter Gabriel guy. The video was amusing. It was different. It kind of made me remember the song, I guess, because the video was so wacky. But yeah, it was okay. It was groundbreaking probably for what it was. But yeah, it was okay. Okay, guys, last one on the list. Michael Jackson Thriller. What you got, Damo?
Yeah, I think this might be the if not the greatest video of all time, definitely one of them. I mean, it definitely changed the whole scope of video making. I remember watching it. It was like watching a movie. It was like watching a TV show. It was like felt like it was a half hour long or something. It was like 15 minutes long or something. It was the whole thing. I think he got the same guy. I forget his name right now, but American Werewolf in London. He did the whole.
I believe I heard that. Yeah,
John Landis, maybe.
Yes, John Landis. Yep.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Yeah, but it was. I mean, he was on top of the world, man. That guy couldn't do anything wrong at that time.
How about you, Dan? What do you remember about that?
John Landis. I was a huge fan of American Werewolf in London too. The making of Thriller. I must have the VHS. I probably taped it off of TV. It was so cool because you got to see how like Rick Baker worked with all the makeup and Michael, making the cast face and all the zombies. I could watch it over and over and over and over again. Yeah. And actually in like some of the video, they use the same sounds, same exact werewolf sounds from American Werewolf in London.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've watched it so many times. Both things, both the movie and the video. So
nice.
Mike
D.
That's great.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, like this was even a big deal before it even came out. And this was another one, like on Video Jukebox on HBO. I remember, like you'd watch HBO when they were always advertising for the premiere of this video coming on. It was like, I remember it was like me, my mother, my grandfather. We were looking around the TV, like waiting for this to come on and like watch it firsthand. So this blew my mind. I mean, you just never saw this stuff back then. It was great. I mean, this video was probably like a half hour long on its own.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you had them like dance of the making of and all that. So it was big, man. And what was that like? Was that like 83 maybe?
83, 83 it came out, I think.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And there was a shit ton of songs off that record that were big. That was big,
The whole album was
big.
I mean,
look, I wasn't a Michael Jackson guy, but I thought Billie Jean was a great song, And Thriller, the video was iconic. It was definitely iconic.
Yeah.
You know, all the choreography going on. Nobody did nothing like that as far as, you know, a video. You know,
Vincent Price.
Vincent Price was, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely a big deal. So even if you weren't a fan, it was cool to watch, you know. And like you said, the connection with Werewolf in London, American Werewolf in London.
Yes.
You know,
I love the Vincent Price laugh at the end.
yeah. Too funny, man. We'd like to thank Dan Parcells for coming on. He's got a new single out called "Take My Breath Away." Make sure you check it out on Spotify, iTunes, and anywhere you can stream worldwide. Make sure you pick a copy up. Yeah, make sure you pick a copy of it up. Also, Dan, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks for having me. Great
Sure.
time.
Awesome,
Thanks for
man.
coming, Dan.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming on.
Subject.